I literally just got in from work. I ain't been at home no more than 5 minutes, and I had to come in here to do this video. Still got on my work clothes, but I had to. What's going on, y'all? This be your boy Scattered by Nature TV, and we're here for another episode of Yes for the Mess. As y'all can see, my energy is not up because I'm tired, but I'm also tired of the bullshit, okay? So this video is all about OG and the Basketball Wives. All about OG and the Basketball Wives. I'm going to try not to be on here for too long, and I'm going to try not to curse too much. I'm really going to try not to, but this topic is very triggering to me, and the willfully ignorant people are triggering me because I don't like to be gaslighted, okay? I don't like that. That's just an insult to my intelligence, and I just don't like for someone to insult my intelligence, and that's exactly what these women have been doing. Now, we all know that the new season of Basketball Wives started earlier this month, and most of us that are reviewing the show, we really did not want to review it after the last season in regards to everything that went on with OG and CC and all of that stuff. A lot of us did not want to review it, but some of us decided to go ahead and continue to review it this season. Reviewers like myself, reviewers like Bundy Blue, Jamie, that's me, giving you the real tea, Jay Lee's Corner, several other people. There are some people that did not review this season, and they should be happy that they didn't. But some of us, especially the ones that's on my panel that I do every Monday night, we're basically reviewing it just not for enjoyment and not for entertainment, but just to point out the hypocrisy in the BS, because somebody needs to talk about it. You know what I mean? That's why we're really doing it. And yeah, we make jokes about it being a good check, a good money move or whatever, but it's more to it than just a money thing. It's mainly about calling out the BS when we see it. And that's exactly what this is. Now, on a previous episode of Basketball Wives that came out on Tuesday, OG and Kristen sat down to discuss OG's claims of colorism. They chopped and screwed and edited this whole scene. They made OG look very aggressive. They made her look like she was on one when Kristen came through the door, which is what I thought when I was watching it. But OG leaked an hour-long recording of said conversation unedited. And you can tell that VH1 edited that stuff in a sense to where they made it look like OG was already on 10, basically playing into the narrative that she's an aggressive black woman. Okay, so in the midst of all of that, you know, you have people that's you know, fans of Evelyn. I call them the ignorants. And they are sitting up here really going along with this stuff. And I think that is really disheartening and very effed up that some of y'all are really sitting up here parading around saying that it's not because of colorism that they're treating her like that. It's because they think she's ugly. She looks like a gorilla. She looks like a chimp. She does. Like, I've been seeing these comments, and a lot of these comments come from black women. And the thing about it is, it's funny because we talk about protecting black women and all of this other stuff, and we're not trying to understand that a certain black woman is being discriminated against because of the way that she looks. Because you don't think that she's visually appealing, that makes it okay. And that's the issue. Like, people are saying it's not colorism. They're only doing that because she's ugly. Even if you do think she's ugly, that's not a way to treat somebody just because you feel like they're not visually appealing to you. That's not a good enough reason to treat somebody like trash. Straight up, it's not. It's bullying at its finest. This whole show has been about bullying since it came out, okay? That's number one. Number two, I have said this time and time again. I'm not the most educated on colorism, which is why I even wanted to do a panel about colorism, okay? I do want to do a panel on colorism. It's still on the table. I'm still trying to figure out who all I want. I know Erica Dinero is one person that I want to have on the panel, but there's other people that I'm thinking of that I want to have on this panel. Like, I am not the most educated when it comes down to colorism. But at the same point in time, I'm never going to tell somebody like OG that says that this is her experience. I'm never going to dismiss it just because I don't understand it. We don't know what this woman has dealt with in her past to make her feel, or for her to say that she's experienced colorism. Because she has experienced colorism in the past, and the things that they're doing to her could be a direct, aha moment that, okay, these girls are sitting up here discriminating against me because I'm a dark-skinned woman. You know what I mean? So I'm never going to take away her experience. Coming from a person that was bullied for most of their time in school. I have spoken about my past and my experience with bullies. I've been very open about it. Very open about my experience with school bullying. Very open. I always have talked about it. I spoke about it recently on my Facebook page one time, and this girl say, oh, didn't nobody do nothing to your ass? Excuse me? Just because you don't think it's bullying, that does not mean that that's not what the hell I experience. Just because you may not think that it's colorism, that does not mean that that's not what she experienced. So you can't tell anybody what they experienced, because if you're not educated on it, you can't say nothing about it. And a lot of y'all are uneducated on what colorism is, just like me. But if you could just sit back and think about it and try to listen and try to educate yourself and listen to what other people are saying about colorism, you would basically understand it. Yorel has educated me on colorism just a little bit. Bundy Blue has, because we have these conversations, and I totally understand why OG would think that it's colorism. Totally. Well, not even would think, would say that that's what she's experiencing. I can most definitely understand why she's saying this. For people that's saying they don't like her just because she ugly, that's why they treat her like that. What y'all gotta understand is that we are all ugly to somebody. Taken from a person that's been called ugly most of his life. And most of the times that I've been called ugly was by my own damn LGBT community. These girls don't see it for me like that. A lot of them have called me ugly. A lot of them have made me feel undesirable, which is why I'm very detached from the community as is, because of my own experiences with them. So I've been called ugly. A lot of people have called me ugly and said, I got a big nose. My lips are ugly. My skin, I've been called ugly for most of my damn life, so I totally get it. But at the same point in time, that does not give anybody the reason to treat somebody a certain type of way just because they feel like they're ugly. Like that's ignorant thinking to me. You know what I'm saying? And for these women to be in their 40s and still acting like a bunch of mean ass girls from high school, it's ridiculous to me. And the fact that y'all are sitting up here co-signing this shit, it makes you just as ignorant as they are. My thing about it is, if you're not educated on colorism, that's fine, but don't be willfully ignorant and not try to see what a person is trying to say. Yes, Kristen and OG are both dark-skinned women, but they have different features. I have seen this time and time again. A dark-skinned girl like Kristen would get away with being dark-skinned because of her look. A woman like OG, the first thing a person will point out is her features. All I can say is, and I've said it before, I don't think that OG is ugly. Like, I do think that she does have questionable choices when it comes down to the way her clothes fit her. I do think that she doesn't do the right thing with the makeup. Like, she doesn't do certain things that will fit her to give her that oomph that she needs. You know what I mean? Because as a man, I learned that there were certain things that I wore that took away from my looks, or did not do much for me. You know what I'm saying? So when you get the right styling, then you can work it the way you should. But at the same time, that does not mean that this is a complete reason to treat her any kind of way. And I feel like the ones that's thinking that it is are full of shit. Straight up. This shit is so triggering to me, because I was bullied, and I see how they treat people like OG like that, because it's like, for me, it's the favoritism for me. It's the turning a blind eye to the shit for me. Like, all you bitches, I'm sorry, I said I wasn't gonna curse, but I got to, because I'm passionate about this. All you bitches that I see sitting out here making all these comments talking about, well, she is aggressive. They didn't lie on her. She is aggressive. That's a bit like, okay, so OG is aggressive. But what the fuck is Evelyn? What the fuck was Tammy? You know what I mean? What the fuck was those two bitches? Because Tammy had put her hands on people. Evelyn has attempted to, because you know she ain't got no hands. She's thrown drinks at people. She's thrown plates at people. She's thrown glasses at people. She's thrown water in people's face. She's jumped across tables. She has hit people with purses. She has done all this shit, but not once was she ever asked to sit on a stage by her fucking self. Not once. Tammy is the queen of putting her hands on some fucking body. But not once did she have to sit in another room away from everybody else. Not once was her nor Evelyn categorized as aggressive, as dangerous, and as a fucking threat. When they have made threats to people, when they have put their hands on people and thrown objects at fucking people. So if you are that dumb or that fucking ignorant to overlook that, you stupid as fuck. Real ass shit. The proof is right in your fucking face. It's right in your face. But because you think that this broad is ugly, it's okay. It's okay for everybody to outcast her. It's okay for everybody else to do whatever the hell they want to do. But when she does the same fucking thing, she's reprimanded. No, it's not right. It's not right. All of y'all can sit up here and call her ugly and say she's unattractive and she's this and she's all of that. That's your opinion. You got every right to feel like she's unattractive. Just like y'all got the right to say the things y'all may say about me being unattractive. Because it's been said. So y'all got every right to feel that way. I'm not here to take away your feelings. But at the same time, let's not be ignorant about it. When y'all say shit like they're only treating her like that because they think she's ugly, that's a way of making it okay. It's normalizing the bullying. It's normalizing the prejudice. You get what I'm saying? It's normalizing that shit. And it's not cool. It's not right. It's not right. And I've seen so many comments, especially from other black women, that's really sitting up here trying to make this shit okay. Calling this woman ugly. Now, if as a black gay man, if I sit up here and I call OG ugly and talked about her like a dog like that, I would be getting dragged for that. I would be said that I do not try to protect black women. I would be called a man that hates black women. When in this instance, I'm sitting up here defending a black woman tooth and nail. But because I say I don't like a certain black woman, that means I hate black women. Now, there have been times where I have had to check myself on certain things because I was ignorant to it. I didn't understand it. And I said it on one of these lives one time. Back in the gap, maybe about 7 or 8 years ago, I was reviewing a show called Big Brother. And there was a Chinese, like an Asian lady on the show. Her name was Helen. And I referred to her as Miss China Buffet. It's a restaurant around my area called China Buffet. And because she was Asian, I called her Miss China Buffet. The people in the comments section really gave it to me for calling her that. And at that time, I was like 23, 24. I didn't think nothing of it. I thought it was funny. But they said it came across racist. And they were saying to me, how would you feel if someone called you Mr. Chitlins? My young, dumb, ignorant ass thought that was funny. But as a 32-year-old man that has experienced a lot and seen a lot and has learned a lot and educated himself on something, I can now understand why it was being taken as such. But because I was being willfully ignorant at that time, I didn't see nothing but what the hell I was saying. So sometimes you got to check yourself, and sometimes you got to humble your damn self to see somebody else's point. It's okay if you don't agree. It's fine. But if someone's telling you that's what they experience, who are you to diminish that and victimize them all over again? That's what I got the problem with. Like, who are you to tell somebody they didn't experience that? Who are you? My nigga, like, who are you? And then it's like, it's not just black women saying it. It's like gay ass niggas saying that shit too. Like, are you serious? Like, come on now. Like, it's not even a straight, like, because I don't know any straight black men that sit up and watch Basketball Wives. So, of course, I'm going to assume they all black gay ass niggas that's in comments saying that. Because a lot of them are black gay niggas that's in there saying the shit about her. Like, it's fucked up. And I just think that, like, people really like these girls because they're pretty and they can dress and they got money and all this other stuff. And then you see a bitch like OG that's strong, assertive, gonna stand up for herself. You feel threatened by her. It's never fun when a rabbit got the gun. You know what I'm saying? Like, and to see Royce speak up, to see Cece speak up, to see Tammy speak up, that made me feel some kind of way. Especially Royce, because she has dealt with this firsthand. They treated her like crap from the very beginning because they felt that she was beneath them. You know what I mean? So, of course, she understands what she's going through because she went through that same stuff. And it just goes back to what I've said before on Terrence's Live. They've been doing this in season 1. They pick someone that they feel like they can whimper and make weak. Let's start from season 1. They picked on Gloria. She ain't back down. She even got Shani out of character. Made her show her natural black ass on national TV. And Shani ain't showed her ass since. After Gloria, it was Susie they bullied. Then after Susie, it was Royce that they bullied. Then after Royce, it was Kenya Bell that they bullied. It was Keisha that they bullied. It was who else? It was Brandy that they tried to bully. Like they go for people that they feel that they can bully, and it's really messed up. Evelyn is a straight up mean girl. Every other season she trying to give people a makeover. Like she gave Royce a makeover. She gave that girl Kristen on season 6 a makeover because they didn't rock shit that she wore. Like, how old are you? Like, these girls are really ridiculous, and the fact that some of y'all are really blindly following these girls is really pathetic to me. And it's really like, I've never seen nothing like it. I've never seen nothing like it. Like, OG really doesn't deserve that shit, honestly. She ain't never put her hands on nobody. These bitches have. They have. And they're not doing themselves no favors this season by even talking about colorism. I just want y'all to know that. They're not doing themselves any favors by even discussing this, because they're still being obtuse about it. And they still don't feel like they've done anything wrong. So all I'm going to say is, I stand with OG. I don't give a damn what nobody got to say about it. I stand with her. Like I say, I don't have to understand it to feel her pain. Like I said, I'm still learning about colorism and featureism and things of that nature. I'm still learning about that stuff. But I would never take away somebody's pain and somebody else's experience. When you do that, that's a fucked up feeling. Like I said, I was bullied in school, and when people would come to me and say that nothing ever happened to me, that diminishes me. It's just like when a person say that they were raped and they experienced rape, and you come and tell them that never happened. That's a blow. That's just like when K. Michelle said that she got her ass beat by meth hits, and Rashida said that it didn't happen. That's the same shit. That's her experience. Whether you believe it or not, whether you see it or not, that's her experience, and it's not meant for you to tell somebody what they experience. And that's all the fuck I got to say.